Up to the table, there's plenty of room. And there's anybody can sit wherever. There's even room, you can pull up chairs or whatever. Just feel free.
Good to go? All right, and you're good to go? We're recording?
Great. Good evening, everybody. Campus Council is now in session. We're going to begin with the roll call. Administrative Coordinator Hill. Here. President White.
Here.
VPAA Galnerova. VPSA Epps. Treasurer Steckel. Here. Assistant Treasurer Shake. Here. Ace Chair Welch. Here. Ace Chair Mystic. Services Coordinator Porter. Here. Concerts Chair Jarzina. Diversity and Outreach Coordinator Bogus. Senator Becker. Senator Ercolani. Senator Henderson. Senator Weber. Senator Farran. Senator Iyer. Senator De Vega. Senator Nelson. Senator Rogan.
Here.
Senator Vale.
Here.
Senator Collinger.
Here.
Senator Frimpong. Senator Romo.
Here.
Senator Satchel.
Here.
Senator Feldberg-Bannatyne. Okay, Senator Tiburwell. Senator Wabelski. Senator Pierce. Delegate Bulkey. Delegate Brenhofer. Delegate Magdalena, or Green Fund Co-Chair Magdalena, excuse me. ACES Co-Director Coleman. Here. And ACES Co-Director Benlock. All right, and with that, we're going to move on to the next item, which is any public comments, announcements, or additional events. Does anybody have anything to add? Yes. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Lana Katai and I'm one of the 2021 class ambassadors, and we just wanted to come here tonight to introduce ourselves because neither of us has made it to a campus council this semester. So if anyone has any ideas for like 2021 events, outreach, like anything like that, please reach out to either of us. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Halayla Hinton-Williams, also the co-class ambassador for 2021. Please reach out to us if you have any ideas. We're excited to be here.
Hello everyone, my name is Rayon Robinson. I would just like to bring attention to the closing and...
Sorry, excuse me, but could you speak up just a little bit for us?
Yeah.
Thank you, sorry to interrupt.
Can you turn up the mic? I don't really speak too loud. Is this better? Great, my name is Rayon. And I would just like to call attention to the closing of the BCC until May 5th, and then also limited student access for the remainder of the semester. I'm not sure if everyone has received my letter or has read it. Cool, great. Basically, two things I would like to ask for is, one, what is the process for project houses or cultural centers when there's a misconduct case? What is the process for that, and how does that get handled? And then also, would SGA be interested in officially supporting CBS in, I guess, resisting against this decision?
Further comments?
Misha.
Vice President of Academic Affairs, Galnerova.
No, I can't. It's confidential. Or what do you mean?
If there is a conduct violation?
You're gonna, depending on the severity of the violation, you're either gonna go to judicial council or you're gonna go to college hearing board. And then depending on what the board, if they find you responsible for the violation or not responsible for the violation, then there's gonna be an educational outcome if you are found responsible.
I don't think that's no. I was asking, okay, less about the individual, more so about the physical space of project houses or cultural centers. Specifically just because the administration, part of why they're saying the BCC is closed is because of several conduct cases or an investigation that is currently happening. So Yeah.
Further comments? President White? Could we pass a mic to President White, please?
There should be a mic over there. I put one over there. It's not something.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah, thank you. So I think the reason why that response was given is because that's the standard procedure for conduct stuff for all students, and to the best of my knowledge, that's not handled any differently when it pertains to students who are in a particular residence area.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'd like to pass it off to Sayla to share more about what SJ has already been doing to support this issue, and from there, I would love to hear more about how we can best support CBS and ACSU and any member of the Grinnell community impacted by this decision.
Yeah, so we talked or had this as a topic point for our deans and directors meeting that we normally have with DSA every other week, so bi-weekly. And we talked about, you know, what were the reasonings for it being closed, what were, I guess, like background context as to what was going on for when this decision was made. We've definitely been advocating for what students have been saying to us rather than like just like asking questions. We have spoken upon the fact that this space is a space for students who are typically marginalized on this campus, like as a predominantly white institution. And we spoke on that with the deans and directors. Unfortunately, Sarah Motion Ross as well as Andrea Connor, two people that were integral in this decision being made, was not present at the meeting. So that was one thing that we missed out on, but we definitely had, we definitely got a lot of answers out of that meeting. And if you guys have any questions, you feel free to follow up as well.
President White?
Yeah, I'd also like to add that there's going to be a committee that will be convening to examine the matter, I guess, and like how the BCC is going to be, what it's going to look like, I guess, going forward. And originally there was not SGA representation on that committee, and we asked to have a SGA representative on that committee. So the Diversity and Outreach Coordinator, Hannah Bogus, is going to be one of the students serving on that committee.
Further comments or announcements or events? Yes. Can we get a mic to ACE's co-chair, or ACE, yeah, we can do this one. Thank you for your patience.
So I just want to introduce Gabby to the ACES team. She got the position as outreach coordinator, so this is one thing that ACES is excited about. Gabby has been with ACES since freshman year and has the potential to make a difference within ACES.
Gabby, can I ask how you, what's your last name and how you spell it? I'll make you a name card.
My last name is DeRoche, D-E-R-O-C-H-E.
Thank you. All right, further comments? Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to speak again to what you guys brought to us tonight. If you want to continue to have like SGA looped in or in the fold with this process, I think that an option could be like a resolution being written about SGA's stance on what's going on. I can't say that anything in particular would pass, but if you guys are interested in writing like a resolution that just says like, SGA agrees with or stands by and this and this, and therefore we like want to see these policies happen, I would love to have you guys at Reform Committee and help you guys draft that and be supportive in any way possible. Thank you. Yeah.
Further comments, announcements, or events? Yes. Senator Roma.
I just want to make a correction. So Quince is actually March 10th from 5 to 9 p.m.
Thank you. Senator Farran? Could we pass the mic down, please? Thank you.
So Amanda and I held our first hall council this Monday, and it was attended by over 40 people. So that's a big achievement. Just wanted to share that with all of you.
Further comments, announcements, or events? All right. Seeing none further, we'll be moving on to the next item, which is the approval of the minutes. We are going to open the polls in very soon. All right, the polls are now open. You can vote. All of your clickers should already be preset. If you are having a problem, please let us know. But A is in favor, B opposed, C abstaining for the approval of the minutes. There should be 15 votes total, unless nobody can. Side note, has anybody come in since roll call? Any senators, any voting members? No? Great, thank you. Yeah. Have you voted yet? We're still waiting on a couple more votes. If you could all make sure you voted, please. Thank you. We're looking for 2 more still. Besides me. We're waiting for 1 more. All right. Okay, and with 14 in favor, 0 opposed, and 1 abstaining, the minutes are approved, and we will move on to the next item, which is the confirmation of the 2018-2019 Concerts Chair. President White, could we pass the mic down to President White, please? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Miles Wise, Riley, Khadijah, Luke, and I appoint Cassidy Christensen to be the Assistant Concerts Chair for the remainder of this semester and the Concerts Chair for the 2018-2019 academic year. Cassidy is a studio art GWSS major from Arizona. Cassidy has worked as an involved member of the concerts committee since their first year. They possess great institutional knowledge about sound and concert production. Cassidy's goals include intentional community building within the cabinet, the concerts committee, and between the college and the Grinnell community at large. Cassidy is committed to exploring new ways to making Gardner a safe and accessible space for everyone. Cassidy has shown the ability to balance multiple commitments at a time and complete them with aplomb. Their experience working with residence life as a CA prepares them to navigate complex situations and think actively and critically about the student experience and all the student experiences. They're interested in curating a diverse lineup that features voices that are underrepresented in the mainstream music industry. We are confident that Cassidy's leadership will take concerts and the SJ cabinet to new heights. With that, I urge you all to confirm our appointment of Cassidy Christensen to be the Assistant Concerts Chair for the remainder of this semester and the Concerts Chair for the 2018-2019 academic year. At this time, I'm happy to take any questions.
Are there any questions? All right, seeing none, those of us involved in, Cassidy, would you like to say a few words?
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be considered for the position of Assistant Concert Chair this semester and for Concerts Chair for the following school year. I have a lot of ideas for ways that concerts can continue to be amazing. I think that Luke has done a really amazing job this year, both in terms of building the community within concerts and also in bringing some really big acts to campus. Like we had Cupcake last semester and Big Thief is coming this semester, which is really awesome. And I think moving forward, we really need to continue to produce great shows and to increase our professionality. And so some of the ideas I have for that are improving our green room facilities and also creating concert subcommittees that are responsible for specific tasks like sound, stage design, and hospitality, which are currently tasks that specific students manage on a weekly basis for concerts, but we really need some more support in those in managing those tasks when concerts happen. And I'm also really excited just to be involved with SGA and to get to know everyone better. So thanks for considering me for this position, or for confirming me for this position. I'm really looking forward to working with everybody, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? All right, seeing none, those involved in the nomination and the nominee are going to step out, and AC Hill is going to take over presiding.
Okay, I'm about to open the ballots real quick. All right. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. So once they leave, anybody having a discussion topic about this? Any comments, concerns? Khalil? Okay. All right, I'm about to open the polls right now. Okay, they are now open. A in favor, B opposed, C abstain. Okay. All right, we have vote. Okay, with 14 in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstaining, it passes. We congratulate them. Somebody come back in here.
All right, thank you, everybody, and congratulations, Cassidy. With that, we'll be moving on to the fifth item on the agenda, which is the budgets from ACE. Would one of the ACE co-chairs like to speak to this?
Don't really have anything to add. The art house films were tabled because they didn't yet have the rights to the films, and we wanted to make sure they have an accessible location to show them. Otherwise, no other comments.
Are there any questions or comments about the ACE budgets? All right, seeing none, we'll be moving on to the next item, which is the budgets for SPC. The service coordinator like to speak to these? Could we get a mic? Thank you.
Yeah, we had some budgets come through, as you can see, and they were all very good. The AAA potluck is counted as one of 2 food events for AAA. The Fight Club equipment, that includes headgear and a 20-pound weight ball, I guess. I think that's an appropriate term. They practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're interested in joining Fight Club, please let me know because I can happily connect you. Okay, and then MAPS at Grinnell, they're going to a conference and requested funding for registration. Yep, that's it.
Are there any questions about the SPC budgets?
He does.
No? Yes?
Oh.
No? All right. So with that, we'll be moving on to the next item, which is the services budgets. Would you first like to speak to if there were any budgets other than the takeaway hunger service event?
There were no other budgets.
Great. Does anybody have any questions about those no other budgets? All right. Seeing none, we'll be moving on to the next item on the agenda, which is the request for the takeaway hunger event for a total of $2,520. The services coordinator?
Yeah, so, okay. This is coming from me and SGA. It is, okay, so let's see, how will I structure this? Okay, so this event is a food packaging event that is open to all students. I requested funding for 7 groups of 12, so 10 to 12. Which gives 84 slots open, but more people can come because we can always use more help. So last semester we had this during Fall Fest, and we only had 6 groups, so we only needed 72 students, but we ended up getting over 120 students, which was amazing. And every student was used. The event takes less than an hour, especially when you have more students. I will be sending out, if it gets approved in campus council, I'll be sending out a form to all students so that they can sign up, or their respective group can sign up. Let's see. So last semester we packaged over 9,000 meals that went to food insecure people in Texas, Florida and Puerto Rico, those who were affected by the hurricane. The food typically is food that the local population would eat. I'm not exactly clear on where this is going to go. This time, I think it depends really. The food has a shelf life of 5 years, so sometimes they wait a little bit before sending it out. Yep, that's roughly it.
Are there any questions about this budget? Any comments? Yes.
I'd just like to add that I think we still need volunteers for the event, so if anyone wants to sign up, probably shoot Emily an email.
Yep. And as soon as I send out the form, we're also going to be tabling for it next week, if it gets passed, of course, Campus Council. So.
Any other questions or comments? All right, seeing none, we will move into voting on this budget, $2,520 for the Takeaway Hunger Service event, and the polls are now open. A is in favor, B opposed, C abstaining. Once again, that's $2,520 for the Takeaway Hunger Service event. And that motion is unanimously passed with 15 votes in favor, and the budget request for $2,520 to the Takeaway Hunger Service event is granted. With that, we'll be moving on to the next item, which is the reform for the technical advisor position. Can we get a mic to Senator Logan, please? Ooh.
Okay, so everybody should have this. These are, or I guess we're just doing tech advisor position right now. Reform committee met yesterday and formalized the reforms that we discussed at last campus council about the tech advisor position. You can find the language that we have proposed in the email that I sent. And that's it.
Are there any questions or comments about this resolution?
Yes.
Yes, Technical Advisor Becker.
Grab that mic right there.
Hello. No sassiness for me this week. I think this is great. I think everyone should vote yes on this. So, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Speaking
And
of
by the way, sorry, I just want to make clear to everybody, like, we are voting on this, and it will require a 2/3 vote to change the bylaws of the Constitution. Just want that to be clear.
Yes. Can we get a mic to Senator Robelski, please? Oh, there's one.
So, would Reverend Technical Advisor Senator Becker have to step down as one of those two positions if this passes?
Is there somebody who would like to speak to this? AC Hill?
I think, as we discussed, that it's going to be applied to like the next cabinet and not this cabinet. So he can be in his roles until we find a replacement senator. It's going to be up to the Reform Council, and I think that we're going to allow him to stay in the position until we find a suitable replacement.
Yeah, so Reform discussed, and Reverend Miles Becker was there also, that it will probably be most appropriate for Reverend Becker to step down, but we can postpone that until cabinet can find a suitable replacement for the sake of continuity.
Yes, Technical Advisor Becker?
Yeah, currently, because of the scheduling that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, Quinn cannot make it. And so if I do step down immediately, that leaves Eric to do all the mini minutes and everything for off-campus senators until Quinn can come back later, which is kind of unfortunate. So the idea being that I will continue to take the position until CAB's able to appoint a person to take over, in which case I would then step down and relinquish it to them. So.
Further questions, comments? All right, seeing none, we're going to move, yes, Assistant Treasurer Shake.
Isn't Quinn stepping down as well?
Is there somebody who'd be able to speak to this? AC Hill.
At next campus council, we'll make a motion to impeach him because he has missed more than two campus councils. But we are working to find a replacement for both him and Miles. So.
I would also like to make it clear that just because we impeach someone does not mean that they actually have to leave campus council. That's a hearing of campus council to decide if we're going to ask them to leave. My understanding is that Quinn will be able to resume coming to campus council very shortly, and that's something that we'll have to consider, like, when we have that discussion.
Further comments or questions? President White.
Move to previous question.
I see a motion to previous question. Do I see a second? All right, Assistant Treasurer Shake. All right, and can I see the hands of all those in favor of the motion to previous question? If you could put your hands up high for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Could I see all those opposed and all those abstaining? All right, and the motion to previous question passes unanimously, and we will now open the vote for the resolution on the technical advisor position. If you'd all just make sure you voted. A is in favor of the resolution, B opposed, and C abstaining. Okay, and with 13 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 abstaining, the resolution to amend the technical advisor position passes. With that, we'll be moving on to the next item, which is the reform for the ACE co-chair's position.
Okay, basically same story. Reform committee formalized the discussion that we had last week at campus council about reforming the all-campus events coordinator positions and consolidating it into one position. This will also go to a vote and require a 2/3 majority to pass.
Questions, comments? Yes. This is a vote to make 2 ACE chairs into 1, is the question?
So the vote, very technically, is to remove the language, there shall be 2 all-campus events coordinators from the Constitution, which will then imply that there's just 1 all-campus events coordinator, the same way there's 1 person that fills all other cabinet offices.
Another point
President White?
The reform also discussed that this one would be in place for the next cabinet, not the current cabinet.
Further questions or comments? Yes, VPSA EPS. Do you have a mic down there? No.
Just as a not as VPSA, but as like a student who like this board represents, I think you should not do this. And I think it would be good that it be 2 positions, just to make, if not for anything, the fact that there are like more chances to get on the cabinet. So there's like just more numbers. I think it's like better to have like 11. I think it's like 11 altogether, rather than just like 10. I also, yeah.
Do I have priority?
Senator Satchel?
Do I have priority?
You can go ahead if you want.
Yeah, I definitely would have loved to hear that concern when we met at Reform last week and also at Campus Council last week. If I could I pass it off to the ACE coordinators who I've run this by and think that this is a good reform to pass?
You've been yielded to.
Okay, cool. Yeah, like I mentioned or talked about last week at Campus Council, I think that, and I believe Sayla does too, that this job can be fulfilled by 1 ACE co-chair along with the assistance of the senator. 2, I'm also a member of Reform Committee and was there when this reform was drafted, and we had these discussions about it, and I'm supportive of it.
Senator Satchel?
I'm just going to ask how the co-chairs feel. So.
So at first I was like, I had the same opinion as Khalil, but I think also with this reform, you're also giving opportunity for our committee to be more involved, and so they would also like have more motive to like be a part of that committee because they would have more like opportunity to do things to support ACE like doing their job, I guess, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Assistant Treasurer Shake.
Motion to previous question.
I see a motion to previous question. Do I see a second? Yes, from ACE Co-Chair Mystic. Can I see all the hands in favor of the motion to previous question? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And all those opposed, if I could see your hands now. And all those abstaining. All right. And with 13 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 abstaining, the motion to previous question passes, and we will now open the vote for the reform to the ACE co-chair's position. The vote is now open. A is in favor, B opposed, C abstaining.
It's just every time. One of these times it's gonna happen before we go. Yeah. I could also just like show people come in. Yeah, I think it's better because that I think it's that way. People don't want to vote based on wait to vote until other people do that.
We're just missing one vote. If we could make sure everybody is voted. Okay, and with 10 in favor, 1 opposed, and 4 abstaining, the resolution for the ACE co-chair position reform passes.
Point of information.
Yes.
Is that, so when 2/3 in the, this is actually not super important. Does it need 2/3 of people who vote yes or no, or 2/3 of everyone?
Abstentions do not count, so it's just simply the 2/3 is calculated based off of the in favors and opposed. The abstentions just don't matter. Which is something to note that if there were to be like 1 pro vote and then like 14 abstentions, something would go. It's just something to keep in mind. But with that, we're moving on to the next item, which is the cabinet report from the president.
So since I submitted this report, I've met with the 2019, 2018, and 2020 class ambassadors. I reached out to the registrar and the chair of the theater and dance department to find out the number of students who have currently declared theater and dance as a major and the flexibility of rehearsal schedules in order to better inform any reconsiderations of the date and time of campus council. I reviewed all campus emails regarding cabinet applications. Keep an eye out for those coming soon if they haven't been out already. I reviewed a draft of the diversity plan and provided edits to the chairs of the Council on Diversity and Inclusion. I met with President Kington. A DAR administrative assistant picked me up from Nolan House to drive me to the Old Glove Factory for a meeting with the Gift Acceptance Committee, and then drove me back to the JRC, so I had time to stop by the Council on Diversity and Inclusion meeting before going to my office hour in the grill. That's all I have to add. Happy to have any questions or comments.
Yes, Senator Vermont. We get a mic down, please. Is there one nearby? Senator Becker, could you? Thank you.
I'm just curious, how was the drive with President Kington like?
So it wasn't. I had a meeting with him from 10:30 to 11, and then a meeting at 11 at the Old Glove Factory, which would have taken me probably like 10 minutes to walk to or so, and then I had another meeting in the JRC at noon. So it didn't all work out with, like, walking. I would have had to leave early and be late. So I say that because I'm really grateful that this is an administrative assistant, so it was not President Kington who was driving me.
Okay. I was just going to ask what kind of music he plays, but never mind.
Yeah, I cannot speak to that, but you can always reach President Kington. Just his email address is in the directory. Yeah, so you can always shoot him an email if you have any inquiries about him. Yeah. I could also ask at my next meeting and report back if y'all are interested.
I think we'd all be happy.
Okay.
Further questions or comments on the president's report? Okay.
Okay,
Seeing-
just a comment from me. I would really like feedback on what I'm doing. Like if you all are like, yeah, it's cool that you go to these meetings, thanks. Or if you're like, I wish you didn't really spend your time doing that because we don't care about it anyways. Like that kind of stuff would be helpful for me. And when like students don't say it's okay, but like it helps me feel more confident with what I'm doing if I am affirmed or redirected by any student. So in general, feel free to speak towards that kind of stuff too. I could also get like welcome feedback about the formatting of my reports if you wanted to receive it in a different format or anything like that.
Any further questions or comments? All right. Seeing none further, we'll move on to the next item, which is the cabinet report from the Assistant Treasurer.
Hey everyone. So something that I did that's not on this report is I've been working with Riley, Khadija, and Miles to send out applications for next cabinet. They're out now. Deadline's till like next Wednesday. So if you know anyone who you think will be good, or if you want to apply, like be sure to do that before Wednesday. And if you have any questions about any of the positions, feel free to reach out to any of us. Yeah, I have nothing else to add. Something exciting that I'm working on is like a Green Fund bidet project. So it's for like, it's like environmentally sustainable. It's for Muslim students who like need to be clean before they can pray, and like just international students would love it. And then like I've talked to like Deanna Shore, but this year SSJ, like it's also like more sanitary, like Schick would support it too. So I'm really excited about this project. And if you want to get involved, shoot me an email. Yeah. Any questions?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that you met with the ACE chairs about the Waltz chair position. Do you want to update about like how that's going, etc.? They met about the Waltz chair position, and I want to hear how that's going.
Okay. Do the ACE chairs want to talk about that? The Waltz chair position? I can talk about it. So we're basically going to do the same thing as we did last semester. We're going to hire, or like not hire, like have someone, like one of the senators help us out with the position, and we're paying them 2 more hours for the work they do. Yeah.
Do you know when that application will go, or the timeline of that? I'm just curious.
Yeah, we're going to send it before spring break, most likely, but definitely like reach out if you're not only if you are interested but have questions, because there's a lot of like small stuff that happens that you don't know and that might pop up that you might not be ready for. So yeah.
Any further questions for the Assistant Treasurer? All right, seeing none, we'll be moving on to the report from the Administrative Coordinator.
I have a lot of homework to do. That's it.
Any questions or comments on the Administrative Coordinator report? Okay, seeing none, we're going to move on to the report from the VPSA.
The Title IX report from this previous year is out, and I think there are copies in the post office. I went to a bunch of meetings last week, went to a couple this week. Yep, that's it. Any questions?
Any questions or comments for the VPSA? All right, seeing none, we'll be moving on to the report from the VPAA.
I have nothing to add.
Are there any questions on the VPAA report?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is the Carnegie AH committee the HUSC, the new Humanities Social Studies Complex?
No, so the Carnegie and ARH, so that's the reconstruction of the Carnegie and ARH, and then like it's going to be within the complex, but it's not about the complex. Then there's a different committee that deals with the HSSC.
Any further questions on the VPAA's report? Okay, seeing none, we'll be moving on to the report from the ACE co-chairs.
Hello all. So we had a meeting on a Saturday talking with WISE about 100 days planning. We don't know where we're going to be at yet, but it might be lit or whatever. No, I'm so serious. We met with Concerts, Aces, and Michael Sims on Monday like normal. We had CAB meeting that talked about the DSA meeting that was on last Friday, campus council updates, and events past, present, and future. Our meeting with DSA, like we talked about a little bit earlier, we talked about the BCC being closed down, cultural competency training for faculty and staff, and then also like ways to make reporting more accessible to students. Also, we answered emails, made Facebook events, and completed venue reservations. Go see Jumanji, guys. It's tomorrow at 7:15 is the first showing, and 9:15 wait, no. Friday, my bad. I thought today was Thursday. Yeah.
See you at Caribbean Carnival, Harris.
And the Black History Month showcase hosted by CBS is on Friday at 7 p.m. Also come through. Yeah. Any questions?
Questions or comments on the A's co-chair report? Yes. Could we get a mic to Senator Frimpong one more time? Thank you.
I don't know if you can answer this question, but a constituent asked me if we can have a list of movies showed at Harris and when they will be. I don't know if you guys are in charge of that, like the list of movies that will be shown and what dates.
So we will be making all of the, like the rest, basically setting up the rest of the movies that we are going to be screening for the rest of the semester this Sunday at our committee in JRC 227 at 3 p.m. So if you want to come and have input on the movies that will be showing, definitely come through 3 p.m. on Sunday, 227.
We only have films scheduled through next Friday right now, so yeah, we're gonna watch some trailers on Sunday, 3 p.m. See you there.
Assistant Treasurer Shake?
Yeah, also, when we're done with those decisions about like what we're showing, we're gonna have those up on the calendar, like hopefully very soon. Like on the SGA calendar, it's on the SGA website, so I'm gonna like work with Miles to get those done. Yeah.
Any other questions for the ACE co-chairs? All right, seeing none, we'll be moving on to the report from the Diversity and Outreach Coordinator taken by Summer White.
Sharing on behalf of Hannah. Hannah attended meetings this week, including DSA, deans and directors, individual students, cabinet, intercultural affairs, and the Title IX Advisory Committee. She printed posters for different groups, events, and did lots of emailing, and is working on the DOC training guide, and she really encourages you all to apply. I do too. If anyone's interested in being the Diversity and Outreach Coordinator, or you know of someone who you think would be a good Diversity and Outreach Coordinator, please apply. Office hours, so Tuesday and Thursday from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. in the Grill, and just wants to make a plug for the NCHA survey. She's been doing outreach for that. If any of you have not taken it yet, I encourage you all to do so and continue to spread the word to your constituents.
Any questions about the DOC report? All right, seeing none, we'll be moving on to the report from the Services Coordinator.
Yeah, I know we talked about this, but I want to urge you all to sign up for the Takeaway Hunger service event when the form comes out, because it's great. It'd be really cool to see a bunch of student representatives doing service on at that day. Okay.
Senator Satchel?
When is it going to be?
March 10th. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Okay.
From 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., but probably 10 a.m. to 10:45 a.m.
Location?
Harris Center. Right here in this room where campus council is. So it'll be like you're going to campus council when you're packaging food.
Assistant Treasurer Shake?
So you talked about like how you wanted to hire someone for like SharePoint updates or like to update like student group stuff. Yeah, do you have any updates for campus council on that?
Yeah, we have someone hired, and I'm going to be meeting with her on Monday because the renewal process is terrible, and I'm working with John Baum, who works in ITS, to make it easier for the next services coordinator. Yeah.
Any other questions on the Services Coordinator report? All right, seeing none, we're going to move on to the report from the Concerts Chair. Is there somebody who's going to take that? President White?
There were a couple concerts last weekend. They went well. And Luke is really excited about Cassidy, by the way, to be the assistant concerts chair for the next year. So he's really looking forward to welcoming them into that role and like training them and all that kind of stuff for this semester. It is not feeling well at the moment. I can take any other questions you all have about concerts. There's also one coming up on March 10th, so I hope you all turn out to that.
Any questions on the concerts chair report? Okay, seeing none, we're going to move on to the report from the treasurer. Can we get a mic to the treasurer, please?
SGA-wise, I don't have anything to add beyond Senator Ercolani is doing a fantastic job on his senator project, helping Wise and I with some like internal financial record keeping stuff. Non-SGA-wise, I sort of in another aspect of my life, I'm running a experiment for my independent major thesis. You can see there's a link on my report. If you want to earn $10 for less than an hour of your time, you can sign up and help me out. Shameless plug.
Are there any questions for the treasurer on the treasurer's report? Yes, Assistant Treasurer Shake.
It's not a question, but like if there's no other questions, I'd like to add something. Okay. Please send in your work reports by March 5th, noon. Yeah.
Any other questions, comments? All right, seeing none, we move on to our final motion, which is the adjourning motion. Can I see a second? AC Hill. All right, and can I hear all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. All those abstaining, please say aye. And we are adjourned. Thank you all. Have a good night. New record. Thank you all, senators. Yeah.
Appreciate you, Monday. Man, this is a good ass night.
I'll keep that in mind next time. I was like, if that's the latest I can do it, then I'll clarify.